There are corners of this wood where I can't get into at all. They could be hiding there. There is another wood just over there where again there are no footpaths to it, virtually nobody ever goes in, and they could be hiding there.
I'd never walk back via the woods, that's for sure. Never.
Like 2 sheep got killed, and definitely couldn't have been a fox because the teeth weren't right. Definitely couldn't have been a dog because the teeth are the same as a dog. Can't have been a cat because a cat can't kill a sheep.
I thought everyone was mad who could see it. And then I looked out the window one day and saw it myself.
It was something I shouldn't have seen.
I can't say what it is, I don't know what it is, but I know that it wasn't an ordinary British wild mammal at all.
That wasn't a family pet and it wasn't a dog, because when it looked at me, I looked at it and I thought, holy mackerel, what the hell is that?
They're very careful not to be seen but too often, except by mad people.
So this is Plumpton. This is where I grew up. It's a pretty ordinary English village. We've got a village green there, a village hall, village pub, or 3 village pubs. Used to be 4, not anymore. We have 1 shop. There is a stove shop there, but that doesn't really count as another shop. So it's a pretty ordinary place, but there is one story that's a little more interesting.
The Plumpton Panther.
The Plumpton Panther?
The stories have been going around for as long as I have, I suppose.
Now and again there's gossip about it. I've never seen it myself.
I've not seen it. Have you seen it? No.
Is there one? Have you seen any?
Could believe it, yeah. Maybe after a few pints, but...
The legend has it that it's been prowling around the area for some time.
Well, I've never seen it, but I know it does exist.
There's an animal tiger panther.
You never know, do you? It could exist. It might be a myth, it might not be.
Never been there, never will be. It's rubbish.
Years ago, I did hear this kind of high-pitched growl.
Somebody said they saw it.
My neighbour who lives here, she reckons she's seen it.
She's a bit batty.
Something made the noise. Something definitely made the noise.
Because I've walked around here for 31 years, I just know when there's something different that has been there.
So where that fence is there, that's where we thought it lived, just in the middle.
And about here, I see something coming out.
I just looked over and I just saw, just something walking along that mound over there in the distance.
We rushed downstairs, out into the garden.
We sort of walked over quietly because we didn't want to get eaten.
And I did an emergency stop because I thought, what the hell is that?
By the time we got to about here, it had gone.
I'm not 100% sure of what it was, but it's just what it looked like. It just looked different.
And I had that head on it that told me if I was walking down that he could have me.
When normal cat's like this big, you wouldn't really be able to hear it after 10 metres.
The cat is that big and they're that big.
Its head was above this here, so it was the real thing, if you like.
It was only a couple of seconds and it was gone.
I know that at Warwick University they have a lab there that looks at DNA, they'll look at droppings and hair samples and things like that.
We've now been being sent samples for the past 4 years and we have yet to identify any panther DNA.
When I was a kid I believed in it. I guess it was exciting to think something like that might live around here. But now I don't know what to think. So many people claim to have seen it, yet there's no concrete evidence. It just doesn't make sense. I guess to truly believe it, I'd have to see it, but even then I think you have to doubt yourself.
Mass hallucination is not quite the right word, but people see something they don't understand and fit it to something that's already been reported.
If there's a belief that something is there, then ambiguous imagery tends to be biased in its interpretation.
I mean, I had had a couple of drinks at the time.
I was 11, but like people who hear about it when they're younger, and then people make stories up, and then it just grows up in your imagination, and then you think you see something.
If you see a cat, a domestic cat, in the distance, it's hard to tell its scale.
It's like that time when someone reported apparently a lion mooching around, and it was a ginger cat.
We do get interesting things sent in, so large pieces of scat which look way too large to be a domestic cat, but which give a domestic cat DNA signature. I think a distinct possibility is that we do have very large feral cats out there. It does look to me that there's something out there to be found.
I guess I've had the panther on my mind lately, because I keep thinking I'm seeing it. Sometimes it's a domestic cat or a black sheep. I've even had my head turned by a couple of bin bags. Maybe it's a panther, maybe it's giant ferals, or maybe it is just a myth. But whatever the truth, I want to think there's something out there. And I kind of hope science doesn't prove it either way. I think it's best left a mystery.
There's a very famous philosophical allegory, I suppose, of black swans and white swans. You know, the fact that you never see a black swan doesn't prove the fact that they don't exist.
Who knows?
It is a mystery.
Panthers here are the equivalent to mythical animals, really.
I'm convinced it exists.
Sometimes you've got to see something to believe it, and I saw it.